2026 might be the greatest year ever for Pokemon Go. Or it might be the worst. We saw a lot of very amazing things happen in 2025, which we'll cover on the channel, but today we've got some of the first updates ever for what to expect in 2026. Starting with the January content updates. So, generally speaking, what's happening in January, and then I've got some other more specific announcements that talk about specific events and things to expect in January. So we'll quickly go over the overview first. For starters, in the max battles for January, Drampa, January 5th through the 11th, Caterpie, the 12th through the 18th, Beldum, the 19th through the 25th, and Roggenrola, January 26th through February 1st. So those are cool, I guess all can be shiny. Then for 5-star raids, how are we starting the new year off with legendaries? Well, January 5th through 16th, we've got Burn Drive and Chill Drive Genesect. So the Genesect are coming back, can be shiny. I feel like we had them recently now. Then January 16th through the 25th, we've got Incarnate Form Thunderous. In January 25th through February 4th, Incarnate Form Tornadus. Kind of a slow start to the year when it comes to raids. But January will feature one of the biggest raid days in a long time, and I'll get to that, don't worry. If you want to spend money on raid passes, there will be opportunities. Alright, also Shadow raids, by the way, January 2nd to February 1st, Shadow Cresselia, which can be shiny, will be appearing in Shadow raids. We did just have that as a part of the Go Wild area event, so if you missed it, you've got the general Shadow Legendary raids in January. As for the Mega Raids, we've got Mega Blaziken, January 5th to the 16th, Mega Sceptile, January 16th to the 25th, and Mega Ampharos, January 25th to February 4th. And then the events for the month. This is going to be good. January 4th will be Community Day Classic. January 6th through the 11th will be the Pinch Perfect event, which we have the details for. I'll explain in a bit. January 10th is a raid day, which we have the details for. I will also explain it. That one's crazy. January 13th through the 18th, we have the High Zaptitude event. January Calm Day will be on the 18th. The 20th to the 25th will be the Precious Pals event. 23rd through 25th will be the Precious Pals Taken Over event. So we're going to have Team Go Rocket in the new year, which means most likely an event where we're going to have probably a new Shadow Legendary, probably new Shadow Shinies, and the ability to TM Frustration off of Shadow Pokemon. So if you still need to get certain Shadow Shinies from the leaders, probably do that now before January 23rd. The 24th is going to be a Shadow Raid Day. Keep an eye out for that. Then January 27th through the 1st of February will be the Into the Depths event, and then there will also be a Dynamax weekend from January 31st to February 1st. So some of the events we obviously don't have the information for quite yet, so make sure to subscribe to know exactly when this information drops, and you'll know first. And some of the other information we have. Spotlight hours, though, for the month. Barboach on January 6th with 2x Catch XP. Mareep on January 13th with 2x Evolution XP. Hatena January 20th with 2x Transfer Candy. Fungus January 27th with 2x Catch Stardust. Also, I am playing on the side here and trying to get that Holiday Sudowoodo. Anybody else hunting that? Whew. Raid hours for the month. January 7th will be Burn Drive and Chill Drive. I'm sorry, the 7th and the 14th will be Burn Drive, Chill Drive, Genesect. Kind of weak. And then Incarnate Form on January 21st, Thunderous, and then Tornadus on January 28th. So, again, kind of weak.
Real quick, I've been experimenting more with adding more vitamins into my daily routine, but every green powder I've ever tried tastes like lawn clippings, and that's not great. So I started trying these Groons, which come in these really fun little baggies with this cute little bear. Check him out. Oh, look at this little guy. Don't you just want to eat them? Well, you do just want to eat them because these aren't just multivitamin gummies. It's actually a comprehensive formula of 20 plus vitamins and minerals packaged into daily snack sized gummies. Brings me back to my childhood. I was a big gummy kid. And yes, these really do taste good. Eat the whole thing. And they're sugar-free. These bad boys have 3 times the dietary fiber of leading green powders, and fiber is so important, especially right now. B vitamins plus folate that your body can actually absorb. There's also biotin and niacinamide for your hair, your nails, and your skin. Super mushrooms for brain and gut health, and vitamin C for immunity. And what surprised me about these specifically is the research. Did you know that gummies, these little bad boys right here, are more absorbable than tablets? And there was a double-blind clinical study showing a 20% increase in folate and a 40% increase in vitamin C in the blood cells. It almost didn't go in my mouth. So it feels less like taking a supplement and more like eating a snack that you actually enjoy. And if you want to try them, you can get up to 52% off. 52%! All you have to do is just click the link in the description. Thank you to Grunts for the sponsor. Get yours in the description below.
Also, the January Go Pass has been announced, and pretty exciting stuff. This is definitely going to be a big year, I think, of trading, of Lucky Friends, and hopefully of Shundos, because we recently had the update that basically brought, Forever Friends, so you can remote trade in Pokemon Go and Lucky Trade. And in January, we've got the Lucky Trinket coming back to the Go Pass. Featured Pokemon and rewards. The free pass will give you an encounter with Dialga, most likely with a special background. Very cool. Stardust XP, Max Particles, and all of that. And then if you get the Go Pass Deluxe, which I think is around, like $8? $8 or $10 with plus 10 rank boost. Sure. You will get the Lucky Trinket. Yes, dude, it's back. 1 Super Incubator, additional encounters with more Pokemon, and then premium items as always. There are also milestone bonuses for this, which is great. Rank 25 you'll be able to open up 40 gifts per day, receive up to 125 gifts per day from spinning Pokestops, and hold 10 more gifts in your item bag. Tier 2, which is rank 50, 2 times daily adventure incense. Tier 3, rank 75, will be additional rewards for completing in-person raids and max battles. And then if you get the Go Pass Deluxe, at Tier 1, you'll be able to open up basically just like almost doubles all the gift stuff. And of course, once again, the Lucky Trinket, which gives you a guaranteed lucky trade with somebody. So, chef's kiss on that. Then we've got more specific information for specific events. Let's start, though, with the end of 2025, which is the New Year's 2026. End of 2025 going into 2026. The New Year's update for Pokemon Go, the last event of 2025. How are we ending it off? I'm also doing a Sudowoodo raid right now. Okay, from Wednesday, December 31st at 10 a.m. to Sunday, January 4th at 8 p.m. local time, we've got the 2026 New Year's event. So, a couple days to do this, which is nice because during this time, the event bonuses include Shiny Sudowoodo, 2 times XP from raid battles, 2 times Stardust from raid battles, increased chance to encounter Shiny Pikachu wearing a party top hat in the wild and in raids. So if you don't have that Shiny, that's a great one. There's also going to be festive fireworks and stuff and like decor in Pokemon Go, and that's always kind of like a fun aesthetic update. In the wild, we're going to have like event-themed Pokemon, including Bulbasaur wearing a party hat, Jigglypuff wearing a ribbon, Hoot Hoot wearing the New Year's outfit, and more. And then there's the Pikachu wearing a party top hat. In the raids, the 1-star raids, we're going to have Pikachu wearing the top hat, Wurmple wearing a party hat, very fun costumes. 3-star raids will all be costume Pokemon. Raticate with the party hat is back, Nidorino with the party hat is back, Gengar with the party hat, and Wobbuffet with a party hat, so all of those are back. There's going to be field research encounters, which is like event-themed Pokemon. Daily field research, which is really big. Every day you log in, you'll get an additional field research task that will give you either a lucky egg or an incense. Pretty good. Also, this is really, really exciting. So some guaranteed lucky trades right now. So basically, the number of guaranteed lucky Pokemon that you can receive in a trade have been increased from 35 to 45. And if you trade a Pokemon that's been in someone's storage since 2020, it's guaranteed to become lucky until the limit is reached, which basically means if you have a 2020 Pokemon and you've only gotten 35 lucky Pokemon from trades, you're going to get a guaranteed, like the next 10 trades from 35 to 45 will be guaranteed lucky Pokemon, as long as you're trading Pokemon from 2016 to 2020, is I think that's how it works. This update happens quite a bit, and I always like kind of forget how to exactly explain it, but that's the best I got. And then there's some like new crazy boot avatar items. So that's cool. So that's the end of the year. The New Year's events always have been kind of just very okay. You know, this is like for costume Pokemon hunters, but the costumes are typically recycled, and it looks like they are this year. And the Pikachu, though, does have a very cool New Year's top hat, so that's fun. So if you're missing any of the New Year's shinies, they're all back. Okay, then we have the Pinch Perfect event. This is going to be fun. I think we have some new Pokemon coming to the game. This event is happening from Tuesday, January 6th at 10 a.m. to Sunday, January 11th at 8 p.m. And we will have Cloth coming to the game for the first time ever, along with a brand new shiny Delmise. During the event, the bonuses will be 2 times XP for catching Pokemon, so really, really big bonus here. You know, of course, we have the brand new level 80 in Pokemon Go. It's never been easier to level up because the required XP per level has been dropped significantly. So if you're still working your way to level 80 or to level 70 or wherever, 2 times XP for catching Pokemon is a big bonus. And we don't really get that often, honestly, especially not for like a long event, multi-day event. So that's cool. That's big. Also, there is an increased chance of encountering shiny Corphish, shiny Dwebble, and shiny Clauncher. So if you're missing those Pokemon, increased chance at getting their shiny. This is a great event to hunt. And in the wild, speaking of encounters, we're going to have Corphish, Dwebble, Clauncher, and more. Also Tortuga and Archon, both very rare, will also be in the wild too during this, and they can be shiny. In the raids, we've got Corphish, Dwebble, Clauncher in the 1-stars, Delmise, Dondozo in the 3-stars. Both of them can be shiny. All of those can be shiny. Field research task encounters will give you Corphish, Dwebble, Clauncher, and, if you're lucky, Delmise and Cloth, which is nice that Delmise and Cloth can be encountered for free in the field research. Cloth, again, is the brand new Pokemon. Delmise is the brand new shiny. And then there's going to be like some timed research, which is going to give you a lot more shots at Delmise and Cloth specifically. So here's kind of how this works. There's going to be 3 different timed research events focused or throughout the event focused on catching Pokemon. So from Tuesday, January 6th at 10 a.m. to Thursday, January 8th at 10 a.m., there's going to be research tasks to earn encounters with Dwebble and Cloth. And then same thing from Thursday, January 8th to Saturday, January 10th, and then Saturday, January 10th to Sunday, January 11th. So there's going to be like 3 different research, like kind of like mini researches where you can get Clauncher and, Dwebble and Cloth will be January 6th to the 8th. My bad. January 8th to the 10th will be Corphish and Cloth, and then January 10th to the 11th will be Clauncher and Cloth. So a couple different Pokemon, but Cloth, the new one, will be available there. And then there's going to be, like, as always, like paid research tickets and stuff like that. So that's cool. And then the big event and announcement that I'm very excited for is the Kyurem Fusion Raid Day event. This one's going to be nuts. This is from Saturday, January 10th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. So this is like a 3-hour raid day event. Here are the bonuses. Reshiram, Zekrom, Black Kyurem, and White Kyurem will be appearing more frequently in raids, and these raid bosses will alternate each half hour during the event. Reshiram and Black Kyurem will appear in raids first, followed by Zekrom and White Kyurem after. And you can battle these to get the fusion energy that you can use to fuse Kyurem. So really, really big here to get this fusion energy if you don't have it. And like we don't obviously get these Pokemon back or fusion energy back that often. This is probably going to be one of the very few times throughout 2026 where you're going to be able to do this and get this. So cool that it's at the beginning of the year. Also, 6 free raid passes from spinning gyms and an increased chance to encounter shiny Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem in raids. As we all know, or if you don't know, these raid days are some of the best ways to get Shundos in Pokemon Go. The best way is through lucky trades, and it's easier to get lucky trades now than ever before, so that's continues to be the best way to get a Shundo, but this is like the second best way to get a Shundo are the research event days and the raid days, because legendary Pokemon have a 1 in 20 shiny chance, right? But when they're boosted in these raid days, they go from 1 in 20 to 1 in 10. So you have a 1 in 10 chance of a shiny out of a raid, and Hundo chances are a little bit difficult, but they're much higher than wild spawns. So really good day to hunt a Shundo for these 3 Pokemon, and they're great. Also, remote raid pass limit will increase to 20 raid passes per day from Friday, January 9th at 5 p.m. to Saturday, January 10th at 8 p.m. So you'll be able to get 20 raids in, remote raids in on Friday and Saturday, essentially. So that's big. And then after you defeat Black and White Kyurem, you'll catch a normal Kyurem, but you'll get the fusion energy. There will be some featured attacks. Reshiram encountered in raids during this day will know the charge attack Fusion Flare. Zekrom encountered in raids will know the charge attack Fusion Volt. And Kyurem might know Glaciate, so it might or might not get it. And then there's a $5 event ticket that's going to give you 8 additional raid passes from spinning gyms for a total of 14 free raids throughout the day. This is definitely worth it if you're planning on like going out and raiding and spending. You also get an increased chance to get rare XL candy from raid battles, 50% more XP from raid battles, that's a huge bonus, and 2 times Stardust from raid battles. And the bonuses will be in effect Saturday, January 10th from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. So it's just during those 3-hour windows. But that's going to be a really, really big one. And then again, Fusion, if you don't know how Fusion works, you can fuse Kyurem and Zekrom using 1,000 Fusion Energy, Volt Fusion Energy, 30 Kyurem Candy, and 30 Zekrom Candy. And then if you want to fuse a Kyurem and a Reshiram, you need 1,000 Blaze Fusion Energy, 30 Kyurem Candy, and 30 Reshiram Candy. And dude, these are some of the best ones ever. Like this Kyurem that I have, okay, it has an adventure effect that's called Free Shock, which I use all the time. I literally, like, this is one of the ones that I dump all of my rare candies into, because Free Shock basically is a Nanite Berry, like an infinite Nanite Berry. It raises the base catch rate of Pokemon in the wild or in raids, and it prevents them from dodging. So if you're doing legendary raids and they're always dodging, it's hard to catch legendary Pokemon, right? Hard to get excellence, especially the Pokemon that go like left to right, like Kyogre, very annoying. This basically prevents them from moving, so they stay still the entire time. It's like an infinite Nanite Berry. It is such a cheat, such a glitch. It is the best thing ever. So super duper recommend getting your Kyurem, your fused Kyurem, so that you can get these adventure effects. That's Free Shock. I actually don't have the other Kyurem in my account with Iceburn on it, which is funny, so this event is going to be really, really useful for me. Iceburn brings up the base catch rate of Pokemon as well, so it just makes Pokemon easier to catch. And then what Iceburn does, it brings the catch rate up higher than Free Shock, right? So Free Shock brings the catch rate up this high, Iceburn this high, whatever. But what Iceburn does is basically like the Excellence Circle moves much slower. So it's easier to hit Excellence when you use Iceburn, but the Pokemon can still dodge. So that's like the only downside to it. I prefer Free Shock. I definitely prefer Free Shock because the Pokemon doesn't move at all. Just throw the ball at the right time to get the Excellent. Easy if you've been playing long enough. And the catch rate is raised. So everybody wins. Big things coming to Pokemon Go in 2026 and at the end of 2025. Even bigger things are these 2 videos on screen now. Check these out. I'll see you in there. Thank you for watching. Can't wait for next year of Pokemon Go.